back to the front, printed out, came back. Long story short, I missed my flight.
No.
I missed the flight. I went into the bathroom and I cried like never before.
Oh my God. Hi and welcome to Kelly, where we talk about life, your life and my life, and through Kelly, we hope to inspire. Today, I have Patrick Walker on the show. Patrick has been in productions such as Marvel, The Rings. He actually won an Oscar, Team
Oscar Award.
Team Oscar, and this was a film that you did,
yes.
And you did the whole film.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So basically, the Academy Awards had a competition called the Team Oscar competition, and each filmmaker made a movie about the best piece of advice they've ever gotten in life. So we made one, and the best piece of advice was that the greatest enemy we have is the enemy inside of ourselves, the enemy in a me. And it was just like a process. I talked about like acting and like, you know, how I grew up, and then how I didn't believe that I would do it, and then just like my life in a movie.
And it won an award, an Oscar. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I ran into your manager just the day before yesterday, and it was funny because I was telling her about the show, and I said, she said, I have somebody that I think would love to be on the show, and she mentioned you, and I was like, that's funny because we've been hitting him up.
Deal Tesla, baby. TTG. Yeah, that's great. That's good.
So you are super busy. What do you have in the makes right now? So
I'm currently working on The Resident, The Quad, and Power, the show Power on Stars. Okay. Yeah. Tell us what you're doing. So basically, The Resident is a new medical show that's coming out on Fox in January. And like I'm in episode 102, I opened it up, and I'm just like their first main patient, like their first, I guess the first lead patient that they deal with. And the character comes back, so it's really unique, but it's a super emotional role. It's a lot of like, because he's dying on the show. Right. And it's just like them having to deal with stuff that's going on with him, and you know, you'll see when the show comes out. Okay. I'm excited. Yeah. Gail, your manager, said that you wanted to be on Powers. Yeah. Oh yeah. So tell me about that. How we got into this. So Power is my favorite show. Like it's my favorite show. Period. Okay. So what happened was I got the audition. My manager, Gail and Tiandra, they called me. They're like, hey, we got you an audition for Power. Power shoots in New York. Okay. So this is the whole story. So the thing is, I didn't have much money, but I had like enough money to get like a flight there and maybe like a flight back. So I checked my bank account and stuff, and I was like, okay, let's do it. The audition was I think it was the next day or 2 days later. So I went and bought a flight. So the next day I had me and one of my friends, we went to, she was driving me to the airport, got to the airport, and then the TSA line was slow, and my phone wasn't scanning on the scanner. So it took forever. I had to run back to the front to do TSA, not through, but back to the front, print it out, came back. Long story short, I missed my flight. No. I missed the flight. I went into the bathroom and I cried like never before. Oh my God. I cried because it was my favorite show. So I was crying in the bathroom. I called my friend back up. I was like, yo, they just come pick me up. She came, she got me, and we're driving down the street, and I had this thought that was like that I shouldn't give up. Like, this how you can't do this. Right. So I ended up, I said, drop me off. I said, how much? I had $0 in my bank account. That's like $0. She didn't have much money in her bank account, not even enough for the ticket. So what happened was I said, here, I have this cash. Here, take this money, put it in your bank account. I'm gonna put your bank information in, and I'm gonna pay for a flight right now. So what happened was I did it, and it went through, but she didn't have the money. But it went through. I was like, oh shoot, it went through. So it bounced her. No, it worked. It just didn't. It was pending or whatever. Okay, so it went there. So I said, go to the and she was on her way to work. So she couldn't stop. Like the GPS said, she would get to work right on time. Oh, so she ended up finding the Bank of America, and she stopped on the way. But I said, yo, just drop me off. Where are we? I said, just drop me off. So I got out of the car, and I told my Siri, I said, hey, find the closest train station. So it says, bing, it's 1 minute away. And I look, and I'm right under a train station. I'm like, yo, God, you crazy. So I walk to the train station, I get on the train, I'm calling American Airlines, because I had this like app called Skyscanner. Shout out to Skyscanner, they're amazing. So I go on Skyscanner, find the flight, I call them on the phone. By the time the train gets to the airport, I'm getting off, I'm talking to them like, hey, I just paid for the flight. They're like, well, we don't see your stuff in here right now. And like she had texted me, the girl texted me, and she said, hey, I just put the money in. And the person, like, it clicked over, I clicked back, she was like, oh, your stuff just came up right now. So the money, I guess it just went through. Wow. So she's like, it may take like an hour or two. I said, yo, the plane leaves in like 20 minutes. And she's like, well, I'll see what I can do. So I'm getting through TSA and everything like that. And no, not even through TSA. So I walk up to the counter to print it out. So I go to print it out, and my name doesn't come up. And then the lady says it's gonna take an hour. So a person came up, she said, it's probably gonna take some time. I said, yo, this has to work. So I tried it one more time. My name said, ping. My name popped up, I clicked it, got on the flight, got to the audition. 15 minutes early. I prayed with my mom. I called her. I prayed on the phone, and I went in there, did the audition, and then they told me I booked it like a few days later, and I cried I cried because I had $0. Like, I just put everything on the line, and I cried like crazy. My agent's on the phone, my managers.
You jumped.
I jumped like crazy.
Steve Harvey says jump. You jumped.
Yeah. I jumped, and then it worked out, and the character was on last season. He came in the end of last season, and he's coming back for season 5, and it's just cool to be on like. It's number 2. It's like Game of Thrones, like in that time. It's like Game of Thrones and then Power. So to be on that show was
wow, and an amazing story.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. So that's faith. It's faith.
And what are you doing on Quad?
So on the Quad, okay. So the Quad is the story of an HBCU, a new president that comes to an HBCU, and I'm just like this new. I'm a high school quarterback like phenom basically. And they're trying to get him to come to the school. So they're trying to draft him into the college. And it's like there's reasons that people who don't want him to go and people who do want him to go, but he has to make the decision. Well, he's made his decision, but like his dad won't let him make the decision. And my dad is Big Boy from Outkast.
Okay.
So I
Nice.
mean, come on now, like I love Outkast.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's what I'm doing there.
Where do you think your drive comes from?
I just think from just where I came from, like my family, like just the fact that I want to do it to prove to my family that, and just the people where I came from, like my neighborhood, that like you can do like whatever. Like I don't care what nobody says, you can do whatever. Like there's no excuses. Like where you come from, the fact that you didn't have no mom, dad, the fact that you were homeless, like none of that stuff matters because everybody has an excuse.
Right.
Like, everybody has an excuse. So it's like finding a reason to say like I'm not gonna make an excuse and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do this because I feel as if I'm born to do it, and I feel I would do the world a disservice if I didn't do it.
Yes.
Like people would die.
And sometimes you just want to see how far you can go with something. Why not?
What else? Well, I mean, I'm like I went to college for like 2-3 semesters and I left and I was like, what else can I do? Like there's nothing else. I gotta make it. Like, It's not even like you have to do this. Or McDonald's. I'm gonna be the best McDonald's employee. I'm gonna be the best at something, So,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've in the independent world with your films, you've made films, you've directed, you've acted.
Yeah.
Where's your next step? What do you want?
What do I want? As far as my own projects, and now I want to win the Golden Oscar for Best Short Film. I have some great ideas. Like my team is amazing. Terry Wilson, Brandon Hicks. Like I work with the same people, and we just have great ideas. And like my goal is to, acting wise, I want to book like a series regular, like or whatever like that. I just signed with Abrams Artists Agency in LA. Which is, like,
I saw that on your Facebook. Yeah. And that was another thing that you wanted.
I wanted that.
Yeah.
See, when you want stuff, you can get it. It's like you just gotta you gotta be persistent in it.
It's so funny because even with this talk show 2 years ago, I was like telling people, I was like, I want to do a talk show. And since I was little, I wanted to do a talk show. And I never really thought it would manifest itself. And then all of a sudden,
you got a talk show.
I got a talk show. I got a wonderful husband too, but I have a talk show. And what a beautiful platform to be able to, for me, to educate me on different people. I feel like that my success has been connecting with people, and I'm curious about people. I don't know all the things that I should know, so I learn a lot from people and just being around people. And so you just try things, experiment, see where it goes.
Because you never know.
You never know when you end up in Marvel. You never know when you end up on Power.
Your whole life you sit there watching Marvel like I want to be on Marvel, and then you find yourself on Marvel.
Right. Yeah.
You just don't know. Like I said, you can do, like what can't you do?
Right.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, amazing.
Everybody, like all actors have the same question. It's how do I get in or how do I do it? And the same answer would just be the consistency, but just understanding that everybody has different times. Like everybody has different levels that they are supposed to go. Like in reality, like we all aren't meant to be, like Steve Jobs is the only Steve Jobs. Nobody else could be Steve Jobs. Like, and we're, like everybody can't be Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. It's finding out like what you do the best and doing that the most so that way you can be the best. And it's the timing is just so important. Like understanding like what God's time is for you, understanding what your like how your work ethic like works with your time. Because I say people say, oh Patrick, you've done a lot so fast. I've been doing this for 6 years. I think I booked my first project 2015 at the end of 2015, and like I have like over like 20 credits now, like film and television wise. But it's like if every day we wake up and let's say someone wants to be an actor, for example. If they wake up, let's say you study for like, let's say 2 to 4 hours a day. Like 2 to 4 hours a day, and you've been doing this for 10 years. If I've been doing this for 6 and I do it like between 14 to 18 hours a day, like my whole day, every phone call, everything in my life consists of this one thing, then my time, my hours have surpassed your hours. So it's not that I'm expected to blow up or do more fast than you, but it's just I was
you're
more consumed into it. Yeah, just like
that's the way it is with coaching and teaching class after class after class after class. When I first started, I can honestly say that I wasn't good at it.
Right.
But now doing it for 8 years, day after day after day after day, I'm pretty dang good at it.
And you learn so much about people. You learn so much about people, then you explore so much about yourself.
Yeah. And you start breaking it down, and you start researching. Why is this happening? Why is that happening? And it leads to a great place.
Yeah.
So for you, Mr. Patrick, I didn't get to know your favorite candy.
That's fine.
So you got
Snickers, boom.
Snickers. Okay, that's mine. But the other day I got these for somebody, and it's like chocolate in your mouth mixed with chocolate. Is so good.
What do you mean chocolate in your
that's
mouth?
for you. You have to just taste it.
Okay.
You just have
what
to
kind
taste
of what is this?
So this is to remind you that you're a gift in life, and no matter where you go, I hope that you're always giving back to others and educating others. And I believe that we are our environments, and if we want our environments to succeed and to move further, we have to put into our environments. So you're a gift. That's good stuff, isn't it?
What a choir. So get a choir. That was nice. I like that. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And then thank you for taking your time to come by, because I know you've got a pretty rough schedule. And thank you right here, at Christmas time.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for being here and watching our episode today on Kelly. And we hope that this segment inspired you and educated you.